Hello everybody, Biff here. Time for another Biff's Bit. This time I want to talk about pegs. Yep, pegs. In my experience, from time to time I come across one or two pegs that just seem to be loose. And the ships don't like to fit on them. And occasionally I'll even run across where my ship, the plastic peg on the bottom of the ship, is maybe just a little bit too big, and I go through 8, 9, 10 pegs before I find one that for whatever reason is just a little bit bigger, and I get a nice tight fit, and everybody's happy. There's kind of nothing worse than going to pick up one of your ships to move it, and the base and everything falls out from underneath the ship. Even in casual games, that can sometimes be disappointing if it knocks something over. So there's a couple of ways that people address that. The two methods that I myself have settled in on, both of them zero in on applying a small amount of a durable substance that after it dries, it adds some extra thickness either to the peg or in the case of like the female side, adds just a little bit of extra surface area to either the male side or the female side, depending on whichever side is loose. I suppose the more preferred method would be to utilize some kind of a clear nail polish. The preferred method for this is most of the nail polishes already come with a really nice applicator brush that allow you to apply a small amount of the nail polish to the male side of the plug to just add a little bit of thickness to it. And then just let it dry. So you already get your applicator brush with it. And I suppose as an aside, if you do need to try to add a little bit of material to the female side of a plug, what I'll do is I'll apply some of the nail polish to the male side of a plug, go ahead and connect the male side into the loose female side that I'm trying to address, seat that a couple of times, seat and unseat it a couple of times, to get the liquid, the nail polish, inside the female end. And then on the male end, I'll go ahead and take a paper towel or something and just wipe it off. That way, it's not getting any larger than what it needs to be. If you're rather adventurous and you're used to working with the CA or super glues, that is another method that can be done. These glues, some of them will come with an applicator, much like the nail polish. But most of my experience with the CA glues is they do not. So you need to have some other brush or some other method of being able to apply the CA smoothly and cleanly. Of course, the other bit for both of these is you certainly want to make sure that the peg that you have applied the glue to or the nail polish to has thoroughly dried before you start mating the peg with something else. You certainly don't want to end up with two pegs that are now permanently bonded together. Maybe that's a strategy you're trying to chase after, but if that's not your intent, let things dry overnight, for example. Just go to the excess, and then you should be good. And of course, if your first attempt at layering the nail polish or the CA glue onto the peg is not successful, you can just try again. Just repeat the process. There's been a couple of pegs that I've encountered that they've required 3 applications. Maybe there was an operator error in there, I don't know. But usually I get it on the first try, and then I've got a peg that is not a problem for me in the future. That's all for now. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to help us continue improving and expanding our channel's content.